Hey Donna.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this Zoom call and taking time out of your busy day to spend some time just answering some questions about your journey so far with us. So yeah, firstly, you obviously joined us it was just before Christmas, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So last year, and yeah, just tell me, looking back to kind of before you joined us, tell me what position were you in, and how did it make you feel?
Um, Health-wise, not a good place, I don't think. I just completely got out of any habits of exercise, even any habits of eating healthy, really. I'd a couple of years back, I was doing Slimming World, and I'd lost a lot of weight, and then I started running and I was in a really good place. And then life kind of took over, and I felt like I'd had no preparation for anything, no routine in any way for myself. So I just completely lost control of healthy eating, of exercise, and so I just felt like I needed to get back into the routine and get back hold of that because of how important it is really for life.
Yeah. How did that make you feel at the time?
um Quite sad about it, really. I used to, it's terrible, I used to like scroll through Instagram looking at like really fit and healthy people who are all doing exercising and thinking, oh, I should be doing that, but then not doing anything about it, just going to have another chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Like really like wanting to do it but thinking, oh no, I've got no time to do that, whereas actually I watched somebody else's video and they was talking about making time for yourself, and I thought, no, that's what I need to do. I've got to try and make time for myself so I could get back into that whole health and fitness routine.
Yeah, exactly. And we often have that misconception, don't we? We all tell ourselves, "Oh, I haven't got time. I'm really busy." Obviously you're busy with a career and raising children, and keeping together a family. And it's that kind of, it's easy for us to say, "I haven't got time," but then, when you look at how much you're on social media or
Mhm.
whatever, it's then, well, actually, if I just reduced my social media usage or sat watching TV or whatever, then I probably could make time. But it's that initial, well, I haven't got time, and I'm not going to do it, even though there's that element of you that wants to do it. It's just making that first step, isn't it? So
Yeah, definitely.
what was that kind of tipping point? What was that tipping point that made you say, right, I need to do this?
The tipping point was really Christmas, because I just think I lost all respect for like food that was going into my mouth, all respect to my body, really, because I just kept on eating and kept on not exercising. So over Christmas, no, actually it was before Christmas, because I asked for the ALM transformation as my Christmas present, which Paul, when I said to him, I was like, I want Amy's ALM transformation, which he thought was a bit strange. But before Christmas, like I said, I just lost all kind of control of anything, and I thought, no, this isn't good now, because obviously having two girls myself, I needed to be promoting to them what a healthy lifestyle is, and I don't think I was. I had no preparation, so it was always sort of like grabbing something quick to eat. No vegetables really included. I used to always eat salad for my lunch at work, but no vegetables in dinners. It was only really vegetables on a Sunday for a Sunday roast. So I don't think I was being a very good role model for them.
Yeah.
And I just think that's really important as they grow up in like the social media world that they're going to have to live with, to be that role model for them. So I thought, no, this isn't good, this isn't healthy, this isn't good for them. And so when I saw loads of your ALM on Facebook and things, I said to Paul, that's what I want for my Christmas present. So that's kind of where it started.
Yeah, that's amazing. What a great present.
Yeah, it was.
But no, and I think, being a role model to your kids is such a great driver and motivator, because it's, yes, you're doing it for yourself, and it's really important to have that intrinsic, motivation and intrinsic drive. But the fact that, your kids are looking at you, and, they're at an age where they're active, they're wanting to be out and about on their bikes and, playing sports and games, etc. So it gets to that point where you're like, well, I want to be able to join in with them, I want to be able to go for a bike ride with them, I want to keep up with them. And like you say, it gets to that point where if you're then saying, oh, I'm not going to come for a bike ride or whatever, it's you're not being that role model. And again, with the healthy habits and healthy eating and things like that. So yeah, really important. So tell me, since you've joined, so kind of since, just before Christmas, but really the main focus of the transformation was January. So over the last kind of just over 2 months now, tell me, what results have you seen?
Well, I've seen weight loss, which was amazing,
Yeah,
which is nice when I was stepping on the scales every Sunday.
yeah.
Um, I've seen obviously a change in my body. I think Darcy thought I was going mad because after every Saturday session, I always used to say, "Can you take a picture of me?" But it was really nice actually. Like she thought I was going crazy. But I used to then look at my first picture and then look at the one each week, and it was just nice to actually, a bit strange, but to see your body change in a positive way. So yeah, weight loss, body changing, and more energy in myself. I've got a lot more energy, and my mum actually commented and said, you just feel like you've got your spark back. I think like just more energy and sort of really positive about things.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
all really, yeah, positive, good things have happened.
Yeah, yeah. So weight loss wise, you've lost over 16 pounds, haven't you now?
Mm, yeah.
And I think, you know, that is credit to you that you've been so consistent with your training, with your eating habits. Tell me a little bit more how your lifestyle has changed since before Christmas. Kind of what have you implemented? What's changed during that time?
Definitely preparation. So now every week, I write down what we're having for dinner every night.
Yeah.
In lockdown, Paul loved it because I would do all the cooking, but it's his responsibility now I'm back at work. So we write down what we're having every night. So then I know in my head that it's in the fridge and I'm not thinking when I finish work, or I need to pop to Tesco's or Morrison's and pick something up, because then you always go for like the quick pizza or a frozen jacket potato that's not actually good for you. Whereas if like the vegetables are in the fridge for you, we use them. So definitely the planning of the food has helped greatly. And also I always book in my classes that I'm going to do on a weekend as well. So I know in my head, like on Monday night I'm doing this, Tuesday night I'm doing this. So I've already told sort of like the girls and Paul when I'm going to be doing my fitness training. So I think like the preparation and the planning behind the weeks is the massive thing that's really helped me.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I think, we always kind of encourage to book your sessions in advance. And like I'll always say, treat it as an important meeting that you simply can't miss. And it's that if you have that thought process to it, ultimately, if you had a doctor's appointment, it's more than likely that you're not going to skip it. So you're working on your health and you're working on, on you, and that should be seen as a priority. So if you're booking them in, yes, you've got the option to cancel and move things around and things like that. But you're more likely in the right direction to actually do those sessions and commit to those training sessions. So that's amazing. And
I think the early morning ones, when I was on lockdown, so I could do the early morning ones, I used to be sort of lay in bed at 5:45 thinking, oh no, but I used to always think, I know what you're going to feel like afterwards. So thinking about that after effect. And I always used to think as well about you guys, you've got to get up, you've got no choice. I used to think, oh, they've made an effort to get up, so I really should. But it was just like getting into that mindset of thinking afterwards you're going to feel so good about it. So I think it's just so important to have those scheduled in so you're doing them.
Exactly. And I think it's all you will always have that conversation in your head, and us as coaches also at times will be like, oh, gotta get up. But it's, once you're up, once you've kind of started that session, I can guarantee even once you've just done the warm-up, you'll carry on and do the rest of the session. You've just got to tell yourself, well, I'm just gonna get up, or I'm just gonna do the warm-up, and then you'll know that you'll carry on. And it is
as soon as your trainers are on.
Yeah, exactly. But it is reminding yourself, especially on the difficult days, of I know that I'm going to feel so much better afterwards. So yeah. And I think what's really been amazing to see with you is that Darcy's been joining in as well with some of the sessions.
Yeah,
that's been great.
She's living it.
I said to one of my friends that she's always been very active, and kind of she would go for runs and bike rides and things like that. And so the kids would always know, oh, mommy's gone off to do her exercise, but wouldn't really know what it was about. Whereas now, because she's doing our online sessions, they can see the exercise that she's doing, and again, it's just the norm. So it's a really positive influence on her kids, and same for you with your kids, that it's just normal to exercise, and it's just part of a normal lifestyle, and that's just part of what we do. So I think that's really positive for them as well. Oh no, that's amazing. Some incredible results there. So tell me now, if you were having a conversation with somebody, they weren't quite sure about joining ALM, and they had some apprehensions about it, what would you say to that person that was sitting on the fence about joining?
I'd say you've got to do it. You've definitely got to do it. I think the support from ALM is absolutely amazing. Like it, the booklet at the beginning, like when Paul gave it to me on Christmas morning, I felt really sad, but I was actually excited reading through the booklet I had for my Christmas present, the ALM, and then all loads of sports clothes and sports bottoms. But the booklet that's there is just amazing. Like even, but I like how it's made simple with like the thumb for the fat, and so it's easy to understand. So it's not, you don't have to start thinking about weighing everything. It's just look at your hands and you've got all the sizes of everything that you need there for your food types. So I think, and the support from you guys, from all the coaches, is just brilliant. And the ALM family on Facebook, I think everybody's just so lovely on there, and comments and things, and supportive. And then all the other bits of things like the challenges that we've done over lockdown, they just keep you sort of going through it. I think the whole sort of company, the whole system is just really supportive. And I think definitely do it, because it's not just because people, you say, well, just go on YouTube and find a clip. But to me, if I went on YouTube, I'd get a bit tired, or a bit sweaty, and I think, oh, I've had enough now. Whereas knowing that you guys are behind the screen, and obviously eventually when we can go back to proper classes, and you're like encouraging us and saying, like, giving us tips for things, you have to carry on, because I couldn't sit there and just go, oh, I've had enough now, and turn it off. So yeah, that's it, I've had enough, mute you now, you're off. So it's just a most, like, keeps you going, really. I just think, yeah, everybody should do it. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome feedback. So yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. Anyone can watch, there's millions of YouTube videos that you can watch, a free YouTube video, but that YouTube video, nobody knows whether you've stopped, nobody knows how much you've done. Yes, but it's that, like you say, you could get 20 minutes into a 30-minute workout or whatever and be like, I've had enough now, or I've been distracted, the door's gone, oh, I'm not going to bother with the rest, or whatever. Whereas like you say, we're checking in on you, we're keeping you accountable, and even if you did swipe up and leave the session halfway through, we'd obviously check in with you and to be like, oh, is everything okay? Like you left halfway through, and so oh no, that's amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for your time today and your comments.
No worries.
And I'm sure it will really resonate with lots of people. So really appreciate your time. Thank you.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.